Good morning and happy Wednesday. It's the 26th of May. Today's going to be a horror pack unboxing. It's for the months of April and May. It'd be 16 titles in all, four for each box. I got 4 boxes. What horror pack is it's a monthly subscription. You can get Blu-ray or DVD. I currently get both. I started out getting Blu-ray first, and then I decided to get DVD as well, just to see, what the differences were. Blu-ray is a little bit more a month. I think it's like $25 roughly, and DVD's roughly $20 a month. There's codes around on the internet, like on Facebook and like on the Horror Pack Facebook site. They sometimes have codes on there that you can use. You can go to the Horror Pack Facebook channel, more or less. You can go there and find out, their hints for the month, what they're going to be having. There's a lot of stuff on there that you can find out. They'll drop hints every month as to what titles will be coming out. Most of the time, I never nail them, but they're really tough hints in a lot of ways, because a lot of the hints can fall into other forms of movies, that are out there. But this video this morning is an unboxing we're gonna call this the Horror Pack Rewind, because we're going back to the month of April, because I wasn't able to show my April ones because of the Dollar Tree. So let's get started on what I grabbed from them at Horror Pack. And I have no idea what this is. I already opened them, obviously, but I stack them up on top of each other for now, because we were going to be moving. Okay, so first off the batch here, we're going to be kicking off April with movie starring Omar Epps, Ellen Adair, Christina Reyes, Jamie Kennedy, and Tom Atkins, who played in Halloween 3. He's played in My Bloody Valentine 3D reboot, remake, sequel, whatever you want to call it. Says this is from the director of My Bloody Valentine. That's probably why I liked it so much. It's directed by Patrick Lussier, or Lussier. I'm not sure how you pronounce his name. It has basically one special feature on this one. It's an RLJ Entertainment Films, and it comes from 2019, and it clocks in at 101 minutes. This is a really good slasher film, very old throwback-ish movie. Really enjoyed this one. I think I watched it, I want to say a couple years ago, right about a few months after it came out. I watched it near Halloween. But that's Blu-ray number 1. And Blu-ray number 2, I got an unrated edition from the producer Eli Roth and the producers of Dawn of the Dead, The Last Exorcism Part 2. It's the unrated edition as well, there at the top. Sony Pictures release. Also in conjunction with Studio Canal and CBS Films. It's unrated. Special features have Shooting in New Orleans featurette, a hair salon scare, The Last Exorcism Part 2 goes viral, and a few other features. Currently clocks in at 89 minutes on this one, and let's see. Pretty happy to get this nonetheless on Blu-ray. Can't seem to find the year. Yeah, I'm not seeing a year on this one. I think this is. Don't quote me, but I think it says 2013. I saw this at the theater. I was really let down by this one. I didn't think it was even half as good as the first one. I think just that she went to like I don't know if it was like a girls' group home, and I just thought that took from the the scariness from it. Like the first one was out in the woods, and she was doing crazy stuff in the first one. I mean, it was cool they got the same actress to play in this, but I didn't like it as good as the first one. Very disappointed. It's probably a really bad movie experience for me that year when I went and saw this. It's not it's not horrible, but it could have been so much more. You know, it's not. I didn't really like it though per se. And then this is hard to see this one because it's so the cover is kind of. It looks like it says Muck. Okay, it's the Horror Pack limited edition Blu-ray that Horror Pack does with their Blu-ray package that they send you every month. This is number. I don't know if you can see it too good. I don't know if you can see it because of the. Okay, there we go. Number 58. This is number 58. This is an Anchor Bay Entertainment release. 98 minutes on this one. 135 by 1, and it's a 5.1 Dolby Digital. It's a throwback horror film. Just to raise the hacked up bar, horror legend Kane Hodder, and Playboy Playmate of the Year 2012, Jacqueline Swedberg, starring a scary, sexy indie shocker that joins a group of friends just as they emerge from the thick, murky darkness of the marshes, tattered, bloody, and lucky to be alive, but they will soon find out that the lucky ones are already dead. Muck is packed with old school gore effects and brutal stunts without any CGI or apologies. Lachlan Buchanan, Pretty Little Liars, co-stars in writer-director Steve Walsh's searing directorial debut that unfolds like a blood-stained love letter to horror fanatics everywhere. You can also find this on Facebook, Instagram, saying with an O, so I take it it's with an O Productions. You can find this on those platforms, Instagram, like I said, and Facebook. Let's see. So yeah, it says it's written, directed, and hard to see. The writing is really tiny, but it says by Stephen Walsh. Like I said, it's 98 minutes, and it says it's saying 2014 on this one. Sorry about the cover. It's really kind of hard to make it out because it's kind of dark. But that's I want to say it looks like it says Muck. A little hard to see on that one, and I was really surprised they threw this this kind of CGI anime kind of title in here, Resident Evil Degeneration, an original CG motion picture, experience in high definition. It's a full HD 1080. It's rated R for bloody violence. It has a whole slew of specifications and special features. Looks like it's saying 2008 this come out. A zombie attack bring chaos to Harvardsville Airport. Leon S. Kennedy and Claire Redfield, who fought the sinister Umbrella Corporation during the Raccoon City tragedy 7 years ago, are back. In this high-octane Resident Evil style, they are ready to battle a rogue warrior who's seeking revenge after his family was killed in a Raccoon City. The deadly G-Virus is unleashed and a new mutated monster goes on the rampage. Will Claire and Leon be able to terminate the virus before history repeats itself? I've seen this one. This one does take place like at an airport, and I really love the backdrop they had for this one. I think this is probably one of my favorites of the CG ones that they did. I just liked that it was at the airport, and I don't know, I just remember liking it a real lot. This was directed by Makoto Kamiya, and he directed this. Let's look at the back. This is a really fun one if you get a chance to get that one, but that wraps up the Blu-ray for April. Putting them back in their respective bags, so. Then on to the April DVD. See what we got from them in April. So I might do these horror pack rewinds every so often, just to see if get some eyes that way versus coming out at the same time as everybody else's videos. First up in the DVD here is the unrated edition of Transylvania, a student body you can sink your teeth into. I've never heard of this one. It's from the creators of Dorm Days and National Lampoon's Dorm Days 2. Movie web says it's a laugh riot that ignites the screen with sexiness. A little easier to read the back of this one. 97 minutes. Sony Pictures release. 185 by 1. Does have a slew of special features on this one, which I'm really surprised being a DVD. Sometimes it will surprise you with DVDs. This looks really funny. I don't know if it is or not, but let's see what year. Saying 2009/2010. I think 2009 though, if I had to be a betting man on this one. But I've never heard of this one, Transylvania. Yes, and you heard me right, Transylvania. And there's a look at the back, looks really funny. And then we got a cult cinema collection, a terrifying screaming plunge into the depths of hell. Ted V. I think Michaels or Michaels. I think it might be Michaels, but I'm not sure. It's a blood orgy of the she-devils. Has Mara, queen of the Black Witches, and her wolf pack of voluptuous virgins invade Satan's tortured realm of the unknown. It does have a little warning label at the bottom as well. I won't really get into reading that, but if you get the horror pack, I'm sure you'll be able to read, what it says. Clock's in at 79 minutes. Rated PG. NTSC, of course. It's from 1989 on this one. They're also saying Image Entertainment. And you can also go to the link, dvdinformation.com. I don't know if it's talking about the title itself. Really like the throwback cover to this. It really has that, kind of like that 70s horror kind of vibe to it a little bit, like early 70s. I don't know if that's what year it's saying 89, but kind of has that throwback look to it, kind of like in the vein of like Drive-In Massacre and movies like that. Might even have that 60s look to it as well. No one can escape their terrifying clutches of Mara, queen of the Black Witches, who gruesomely sacrifices captive men within the confines of her diabolical castle. With the aid of a powerful black magic reincarnation and a bevy of maiden disciples, Mara wreaks havoc on her enemies and seeks revenge against those who have tortured and persecuted witches throughout the centuries. The only chance to stop this supernatural siren lies with Dr. Helsford, a parapsychologist professor who uses his knowledge of the dark arts to aid two potential victims in a fiery battle to the death against the forces of evil. So, that's Blood Orgy of the She-Devils. Never heard of that one either, to be honest. Pretty cool to have that. That's some really unique titles and names in this one. And then from the dudes who brought you Sharknado, the Co-Ed and the Zombie Stoner. And I am not making that up, that's what it's called. Sex, Drugs, and the Walking Dead. A lot of comedy in this one, kinda, in April. I don't know if that was National Funny Bone Month, but we got a title from Cinedigm and the Asylum here, guys. Has a slew of special features. Has a gag reel, of course. 92 minutes on this one. And it's from 2014. And it's in Broken Films LLC as well. And that's the co-ed in the Zombie Stoner. Kind of reminds me of the name of that movie that was at the Dollar Tree Wave, Stoner. I think it was called Stoner Express. But that looks pretty cool. It's funny. And then I got Asia Butterfield, Michael Sheen, Nick Frost, and Simon Pegg in the movie Slaughterhouse Rolls. Now, this one I have heard of. It says it makes Shaun of the Dead look restrained, says Brian Viner from Daily Mail. Rated R. 2018 on this one. 239 by 1. Clocks in at a mere, just a smidge over an hour and a half. Probably about 10 minutes over an hour and a half, hour and 40, somewhere around there. Very funny and spectacularly gory, says Daily Mail. Pretty much don't have to read this. I think everybody's probably heard of this one by now. Has a really good cast here with Simon Pegg and Nick Frost and Michael Sheen too as well. There's that. The back there. Basically, it looks like it takes place at a boys and girls boarding school. So, pretty happy to get that. I'm gonna put these back in the bag. Then I know, they're all together. They don't get, because like I said, we're moving soon probably, and if we move, I want to make sure they're all, counted in their boxes. Because if you look at the date, that's one thing I wanted to show you too. I got to be careful I don't show my address though. If you look at the top here, I think it's there. Yeah, if you look at the top, right up here, it tells you what month by by the number of the month it is. Like this was the 4th month, which was April, and it was sent out on the 17th, or set up for labeling on the 17th. I think it got here a week later, something like that. But that's basically how you know what you got. So all I do is I keep the box. Since I've been talking about moving, I keep the boxes. Then I know what I got. And then we're going to head on over to this month, which has recently been dropped. So this has been dropped in the last week or two. Whatever I grab, that's what we're going to start with here in May. Didn't put them in any particular order. I don't know if the label, I never really looked to see if it says DVD or Blu-ray, but I don't think it says either. Okay, so I grabbed the DVD. I did the opposite of what I did with April. For May, I got this in the Dollar Tree Wave, but I'm still going to keep it because I like to complete. I don't ever like to get rid of the horror ones at all. Horror pack. Like, I'd maybe get rid of the Dollar Tree one, but if I know it's coming from exclusively from Horror Pack, I don't like to get rid of it. Even if I do have it from another time. Shanae Grimes Beach and Isabella Miko, the Rake. It will infect us all. It's from Red Band Films. This is a Canadian release disc here. It has the Nordique symbol on the back, which is often a indication that it is a Canadian release disc. And it does have this kind of different rating on the back. Like I think it says 18A. Death is everywhere. No one is immune. It's not rated. 240 by 1, and is a very short 78 minutes for this one. And I'm not sure if I got this at the Dollar Tree or Big Lots. It was either or, and sometimes they flip flop. They both get. One title will get one. Well, you'll get one at Big Lots 1 month, and you go to the Dollar Tree, and they might get it in a new wave. But this is the Rake, not the Rave. Pretty cool back cover there. It's kind of spooky. I don't know if it is or not. I think I might have watched it years ago now. I don't know if I said what year it was from. It's a tough cookie. I'm not sure what year this one was. Mm, want to say 2018. Looks like that's what it says. It sounds about right. And then I got a film starring Lucy Liu, who currently, or did at least play in that Holmes show on CBS. You know who Lucy Liu is. If you watch that show, it's on CBS, you'll know who I'm talking about. From the producers of The Grudge. Lucy Liu and Rise Blood Hunt. I always liked this one. Really surprised me, just because you wouldn't think Lucy Liu would really, really play in stuff like this, really. She tends to play in like Charlie's Angels and things like that. 5.1 on this one. Dolby Digital, 122 minutes, so it's quite an extensively long horror film. Kind of long in the tooth. And it is from Ghost House Pictures as well. I just watched a Ghost House Pictures last night. The Unholy, with Jeffrey Dean Morgan, who plays Negan on The Walking Dead. Really good movie. Really intense at times. This movie was directed by Sebastian Gutierrez. I think that's how it's pronounced. It's from Destination Films, and like I said, Ghost House Pictures. Has a little bit of special features on this one. And it says it includes over 25 minutes of never before seen footage. So, and then two, if I didn't mention, this is the unrated and undead edition. If you missed it when I was showing the cover, because it's kind of, see how it's like meshed together. It's kind of hard to make it out. And then my lighting's not the greatest. There's a look at the back. Then next up, a reminder: these are for these are for May. The ones prior were for April. In case you decided to kind of like skip through the video. Just a reminder that these are from these ones are actually from this month, and I highly recommend picking it up for this month alone. I think they did a really good job with the Blu-rays, especially that I'm about to show. And then there's next up there's a vampire film. Teeth and Blood, and it kind of feels like the vibe in May's month is vampire-ish in a way. Death is just the beginning. It's a UMC RLJ Entertainment release. 5.1 Dolby Digital, widescreen presented. 101 minutes on this. A beautiful diva is murdered on the set of horror director Vincent Augustine's latest film, Chapel Blood. Kind of sounds a little bit, the plot already kind of sounds like maybe like a Fright Night 2 a little bit, and I mean the original, because there was a movie being made during, or I think the lady was trying to shoot a movie in Fright Night 2, if I remember correctly. But somewhere between the crime scene and the coroner's van, the bodies mysteriously disappear. Meanwhile, the city's supply of donated blood is being dangerously depleted. Suspecting a connection between the events, detectives Mike Hung and Sasha Colfax go undercover at the studio to investigate. Their attempt to crack the case quickly turns into a desperate battle for survival when they uncover an age-old war between rival vampire covens that threaten to consume humanity in a final grisly assault of teeth and blood. So, I don't know. This one sounds really cool. Has a lot of blood on the back. If you're highly offended, just fast forward through this, or if you want to. At this point, you should kind of know I'm into the blood and gut kind of movies, but I don't big on overuse of blood and guts, though. I don't like overuse of it, but I don't. Also, I'm not against having blood. I'd rather have more blood in a movie than too much nudity. I don't dislike it. Obviously, I'm a guy, but I just think sometimes directors use, kind of go a little too overboard with the nudity in movies. And then finally for the DVDs here, I got Dwayne A. Sykes presents The Devil Incarnate. The last push for evil is here. Like the cover on this one. This one's another RLJ Entertainment. It's another clear case too, guys. Like that. It's a Raven Banner Films release as well. Really short one on this one. It clocks in at 76 minutes. 240 by 1 widescreen presented. Dolby 5.1 Dolby Digital. A newborn breed of terror is born. So I don't know if this is like this woman's going to have a baby, and it's saying something about tarot card reading, and I don't know. I don't know if the baby's going to be possessed, or says the future looks bright for newlyweds Trevor and Holly, but their dreams are about to devolve into a nightmare of unspeakable terror. On a random visit to a tarot reader, they encounter a mysterious old woman who tells them that Holly is pregnant, but soon their joy is overshadowed by a mounting sense of dread as something sinister lurks within Holly's womb. The child grows within her. She begins to exhibit increasingly bizarre and violent behavior. Desperate to save his wife and unborn child, Trevor searches for answers and discovers Holly may have fallen prey to an ancient curse spawned by an evil demon with an unsatiable lust for blood. So, I don't know if the devil's got plans with this baby, or maybe it's one of those ones where the baby is actually the devil's, much like in Rosemary's Baby. Kind of has that Rosemary's Baby feel to it, except with a tarot card reader and that kind of thing. But that was the 4 DVDs for the month of May, and we just got 4 more for Blu-ray coming up. And here's the final 4, if you will. No pun intended. Not intended for the NCAA Final 4, but for the horror pack Final 4 here. But like how they pack these. A lot less chance of them coming loose. They're so snug, and this is the way I think everyone should. If you're going to get DVDs or Blu-rays through the mail, this is the way to go. This little boxy, because it barely, there's not much wiggle room there. And then when you put them in these plastic things, Horror Pack does a really good job of concealing them, so they don't run free. I mean, I'm sure you could get a disc or two to pop out, but I haven't really had that problem. I maybe had that happen once, and I think I chalked that up to my mail carrier. Well, here's the final 4 for Blu-ray. Movie starring Claire Holt, Mandy Moore. I watched this before. I think it hit. I think what happened is it hit some streaming services before it actually hit physical disc and all that. Got a movie starring, like I said, Claire Holt and Mandy Moore, 47 Meters Down. This is a really fun one. This is a Canadian release disc as well. I think you could kind of tell by the cover, because I think the American release is much different. Nail biting, says Toronto Star. Terrifying, says Bloody Disgusting. Mandy Moore, A Walk to Remember, The Princess Diaries, This Is Us TV series. For you This Is Us fans, she's in that. She's the lead actress in that. I don't know if she's a lead actress. She's not the heavier lady in that, but she's like the mom in that. Claire Holt, The Vampire Diaries TV series. Pretty Little Liars TV series as well. Bonus features, behind the scenes cast and crew interviews. Pretty limited as bonus features. Widescreen presented. 89 minutes, I think it says. Has English and French subtitles. And it does have English and French 5.1 Dolby True HD. So, this will look really good, I'm sure. Let's look at the back. A little shark action going on there in the shark cage. A few window or two with Mandy Moore. This is a pretty good and intense film. Especially that one scene when I don't know if anybody's seen this yet, but there's a really intense scene in this. It ain't really a spoiler or anything, but she's under the water. She lights a flare gun or whatever, and then it shows these sharks. Like it makes it look like there's not going to be anything there. She hits that flare gun under the water, or hits a flare or something. I can't remember if it's a flare gun or a flare, but then she drops it to the bottom, and then all of a sudden you got a shark with his mouth wide open here. Then you got another one that's wide open. I mean, that is an intense moment. I think that's probably one of the most intense shark scenes I think I've ever seen. They did a really good job with the intensity and like the scares and stuff in this. I thought the second one's pretty decent. I didn't think it was that bad. I heard some people didn't really like it. It's not as good as this one, obviously, but I thought the sequel was pretty fun as well. And then I got a Horror Pack limited edition Blu-ray. What is Killing the Campers at Ashburn Waters. This is Horror Pack exclusive, a limited edition number 59. I don't know if you can see that. I'm trying to. Yeah, there you go. That's probably a better way to look at it. This is number 59. Number 58 I showed in the last spot, or earlier on. And this one is called What is Killing the Campers at Ashburn Waters, in case I did not read that. I'd like to go back and reiterate in case I forgot to say that. 2019, 81 minutes on this, and it says it's not rated. 1080p and 2.0 stereo sound. When Brett agreed to join his friends on a high school reunion camping trip, he thought the height of his worries would be dealing with his ex-girlfriend and her new flame, but little did he know that the campground Ashburn Waters had been closed due to unexplained murders, and now his friends are falling victim to the campground's curse one by one. What is Killing the Campers? I don't know if this is kind of like in the vein of trying to go for a sleepaway camp. That's what I kind of get a little bit feel to it. Maybe a mix of The Burning a little bit without, the little kids running around and camp counselors watching them. Kind of has a little bit like a Friday the 13th feel to it as well. Borrows a lot of, ideas and stuff from other 80s slasher films, especially this cover. It's very throwbackish. Really cool looking to see. That's number 59. And I can't remember how many I have of the 59, but I think mine goes back to the 40s or something, because I've been collecting horror packs since last January. And I've collected through January to January and then into this year. So I think it's been, I'm not sure when I first started. I can't remember if I had gotten this. I might have got a few months into the year before, but I'm not sure. But I know I got the entire year, and then whatever I've gotten into May. So I've gotten them for better part of 18 months. And 18 months at 8 disc a month, 4 Blu-ray, 4 DVD adds up to well over 100 titles. So I've gotten quite a few from them just from this. And then 2 more here to wrap up the video this morning. It's from the executive producers of Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Day of the Dead. And then it comes complete with a slip. It's really, really cool when they give you that. And their slip covers are never damaged that I've ever seen. Some places I've gotten stuff through eBay, Amazon, just different places. Like, I'll get slip covers and they're never this pristine. See how there's there might be a slight edging issue there, but I've literally gotten slip covers that they were bad. Or, even when you go to the Dollar Tree, you get these really scuffed up covers, and this looks immaculate. They do a really good job of stockpiling these movies without damaging them as well. I will give them high praise for that as well. This is a Canadian release disc. Saying it's from vvsfilms.ca. Delivers interesting twist on the horror genre. After a series of disturbing supernatural events in his home, Joel, a single father, comes to suspect that his young son may be possessed. That's pretty much it, because I thought there was more reading, and it turns out it's just saying the same thing in French. And I don't think you want my interpretation in French, because I would be tongue-tied if I were to try it. uh, really cool movie here. Looks really intense. I guess it's more or less just a possession of a little boy here. But really like the cover. Some people probably would not like it, be a little offended. I don't know, but there's a look at his possession. His eyes are all messed up, and his complexion could look better. But that's the ascent. It feeds on the darkness within. And then finally, I'm not sure if I got this or I got it on DVD. I'm not sure. I got thinking about it, but I've never seen this cover before. It's a Blu-ray plus DVD combo pack, and that's what they'll do too from time to time. They'll give you a DVD or a Blu-ray DVD combo pack. It's from the makers of Bronson and Monsters. It will cast all evil beasts out of the land and into the woods, says Ezekiel 32:35. Proverb from the Bible, if you will. Not, into the Bible stuff too much, but anyone that reads the Bible frequently will know exactly where in the Bible that is. A night in the woods, a fresh, terrifying new fear lurks in the woods. 4 stars, says Dean Dorr. I think that's what it says. Oh, Dean Bohr, Shock Horror Magazine. Honestly, I've never heard of that magazine. My cats are messing around. I'm sorry about that. It's a Vertigo Films and a Tribeca film. When 3 friends go hiking, jealousy, sexual tensions, strained relationships come to a head, turning what should have been a peaceful camping adventure into a terror trip. As collective paranoia reaches fever pitch, it becomes clear that there's a much darker force at work in their ancient, eerie surroundings. What is after them, and can any one of them survive a night in the woods? Yeah, I think I might have seen this as the thing. I might have seen the cover, and it might have been an Amazon Prime thing, or one of the streamings like Shudder, and I might have saw it back then. I remember, I don't know, I remember certain things about this now. I don't know if this is the one where I ain't gonna say because I don't want to ruin the movie for you in case you're curious about it, but I just wonder if there's certain details in this that is the very movie I'm thinking of. It's 82 minutes on this one, Cinedigm released. And like I said, the Tribeca and Vertigo films are in conjunction and with Protagonist. It's so hard to see with the rest of it because it's like, I don't even, you know what I mean? Like, look how little it is, and it's like blood red on a really dark canvas, if you will. A little hard to see. But that wraps up horror packs for April and May. And I hope you liked what I picked up. Might be back in a couple of months with June and July. Or I can just do it from month to month. Just let me know in the comments which way you like me to do. But that wraps up April and May for horror pack. But like I said, I do highly recommend you pick up horror pack. I have noticed since the pandemic has been a thing, I have noticed that the horror packs have been selling out more frequently. They've been more popular than ever. If you're on the fence about it, and it's getting to that time of the month where they have to have submissions for their subscriptions, you better get them in because you might get left out in the cold otherwise. But I highly endorse them. I'd give them 2 thumbs up on their service. They're really quick about sending them out. Considering what's going on with the Postal Service. I mean, it's kind of getting back to normal a little bit, but I mean, considering I've gotten stuff through eBay, and it's taken me a better part of a month to get some things, and these guys will have it here no later than a couple of weeks, and this was at the worst part of it during during the pandemic when it first started. But they've done a really good job of getting them out. Uh, Highly recommend you. It's obviously too late to pick up May's, but they should be issuing June's pretty soon. Should be around the corner, and you can get on over to their site, find out more about their order pack. You can look up information on them pretty much anywhere. Just typing in order pack. I think it's orderpack.com, and you more or less just type in that and go to the site and tell you everything you need to know. Right now, they're doing for 1 year subscription. They're giving away a steelbook to the movie Driller Killer, the poster I have up there. It's like I think it's like almost $300 for the entire year. But I mean, you are getting a steelbook too in the process, and then you don't have the monthly bill every month. It's just you're already good for a year. But like I said, Driller Killer is the limited exclusive that they're offering for signing up for a year. I can say if I had the 300 right now, I can tell you right now I would do it. My wife loves steelbooks. I actually seen Driller Killer here about a week or two ago. Really cheesy 80s horror film right up my alley. But that's my video for this morning. I hope everybody liked what I picked up for the Blu-ray and DVD portions of this video. And I'll see you again, guys. And take care. And have a great Wednesday. See you later, guys. Bye.